Hi everyone, Stepan here. Today I'm going to play another training game. I've decided to start recording once I got a game in because it took literally 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to play knight c3, Grunfeld. Okay, let me just see if everything is okay with the video. I don't think I've ever played against the Grunfeld in a serious game, which isn't a blitz game. So what do I go for here? Okay, I'm going to try bishop g5. I find that line very interesting. By the way, last game I got completely smashed. I took an exchange. If you saw my video yesterday, I took an exchange and then just got destroyed on the dark squares. I don't want to repeat that. Knight e4 is the main move, by the way, and then bishop h4. He should take on c3, take on c4, and after e3, he could try bishop e6, which is the line that holds on to the pawn. But if he doesn't take on c4, I play e3 and have a comfortable position. The idea behind this variation is that you're simply not allowing black to break your center that easily. Okay, c6 is a passive move. I'll just play e3. The idea may be queen a5, but for the moment everything is defended sufficiently. If I do go knight f3, he has bishop g4, but I can play h3, so I don't think that's a problem. Castles, he's playing very quickly. So he's waiting for me to develop my bishop so that he can take on c4, which is probably a good idea. In the meantime, can I go queen b3 or queen b1 or rook b1, something useful? He doesn't have queen a5 for now because of bishop e7. And then queen c3, knight d2, rook e8, bishop h4, or maybe he does have queen a5. I'm not sure I want to take on d5. I would like to develop my pieces first. Because if I take on d5, he gets the c6 square for the knight. So I'm thinking queen b3 to fight against bishop e6 in advance. If queen b3, bishop g4, then queen takes b7. Okay, I'm gonna play queen b3. Again, I'm not too sure about the theory here because I haven't looked at it in a while, and this isn't one of the main lines. I know lines with dc4. This I'm not as familiar with, but it seems to... Queen b3 seems to play against queen a5 and also bishop e6. For the moment he doesn't have e5. He can play knight d7, but then I can win the d5 pawn. If he takes on c4 while my bishop is still on f1, then I do win a tempo and I have some knight e5 tricks or knight g5 tricks. Maybe queen b3 is not the... well, the soundest move because I haven't castled yet, but... I feel like my position should be pretty good after queen b3. Okay. Can I not just ruin his pawn structure and actually gain a tempo developing my bishop? So cd is forced. If queen d, then queen d, cd, bishop e7 should be winning. If cd, ed, bishop a6, ba6. Then I have queen a3 winning a pawn. No, I don't win a pawn because he still has a bishop on c8. But I can castle and threaten queen a3. Okay, so cd, cd, bishop a6, ba6, castles. If bishop to d7, I have queen a3. If rook b8, I take it. If rook e8... Okay, I'm giving up my light squared bishop, but I really like this variation. Because I get to do it with tempo, and also e7 is weak. Okay, so I'm just gonna castle. I don't think I have queen a3 just yet. If bishop to g4, I play queen a3. If bishop d7, I play queen a3. No, with bishop d7, I probably just take on d5, actually. Okay, h6. So on queen a3, he would have g5. Still, how can he develop? I don't have the b1 square for my rooks, unfortunately. Do I have any double attacks with bishop e7, queen e7, queen d5? No, I don't. So I should probably just develop my pieces. Maybe rook c1, maybe knight d2. I don't want to play bishop g3 because he would have queen b6. While I have the time, I could try rook b1 and against bishop f5, rook b2. So rook a b1, bishop f5, rook b2. But then he plays rook b8, queen b8, queen b8, rook b8, rook b8. The bishop is on f5. I can then take the e7 pawn. So that wins a pawn, but he plays rook to b2. So rook b1, bishop f5, rook b2, rook b8. Aha, but before playing rook b8, he could move the queen away to, let's say, d7, and then threatens rook b8. Trading, or queen d6. Okay, but I like rook b1. I'm going to do it while I have the chance. I don't think bishop f5 works as well while the e7 pawn is hanging. Okay, rook b2. He doesn't have rook b8 now because the e7 pawn hangs. He could try g5, but then on bishop... Okay, this I don't think is that useful, because I can play rook c1, bishop c4, queen a3. Rook c1, bishop c4, queen a3. e7 is hanging, so he doesn't have rook b8. I need to play knight d2, c4 as soon as possible. Okay, g5, so now he definitely doesn't have rook b8. So now bishop c4, queen a3. Let's say rook c8. I then have rook b7. Yeah, I like my position. He cannot blockade me forever because I have knight d2, c4. My position is good. He's playing very quickly. Okay, queen d7. He wants to play what? What does he want to play? Do I just win the dark squared bishop now? No, because then I cannot lift the blockade. But I think I need to break the center finally and threaten c4. I could also try queen b7. So queen b7, he probably plays rook fd8. Knight e5 wins the dark squared bishop. But I kind of like knight d2. Queen b7 could be a good move, but he has rook fd8 and knight d2 threatens c4. So let's say I get to play two moves, knight d2 and c4. He takes with the pawn, knight takes. He doesn't have queen e6. Okay, I'm gonna go knight d2. I like knight d2. Also getting away from any tempi with h5 and g4. This way I can lift the blockade safely. Ah, maybe he can play e5. Can he play e5? e5, d5, rook e8. Okay, but I can just play c4. e5, d5, rook b8. I can just take that. Okay. Maybe I have to be careful about bishop b5, bishop a4, but I don't think so. And if I can break through with c4, then rook c7 would be a devastating threat. His bishop on g7 is a bad piece. I think my knight is definitely better. So if I can trade off his light squared bishop, I should have a very superior game, especially because my rooks are more active. Let's have a look at rook fc8. Rook fc8, c4, dc4, knight c4, bishop c4, rook c4, rook c4, queen c4, rook c8. Okay, he wants to win my bishop. And he wants to... If I go h3, he wants to play h4, bishop h2, g4. h3, h4, bishop h2, g4. I cannot ignore him, I need to play either h4 or h3. Is h4 a better move? If h4, then gh4, bishop h4, e5. h3, h4, bishop h2, g4. takes. That's scary. So I'm just gonna play h4. I don't want to allow the king side to open up too much. I'll allow e5 instead, and I know that's scary, but at least he doesn't have a rook b8, because I can take twice. And if he plays f6 here, then c4 is, I think, a devastating threat. Also e4. I don't know which is better. Of course, if he plays g4, the king side is blocked and safe. I do have a great pawn structure, and I have great minor pieces. I just need to get in c4. Maybe knight d2 was premature because of g5, because of h5, but I don't think so. Okay, he plays g4. That's perfectly safe. Now there's nothing going on. He doesn't have f5 because I go c4 now. The bishop is hanging, he needs to take. I don't think queen f5 is good because I just take. He doesn't have rook b8, he doesn't have e5, he has to take this pawn. And then I play knight takes, he has to move the bishop again, and then soon enough I'll be threatening rook c7. Okay, takes, knight takes. Now knight e5. Okay, he takes. That's good. Okay. So now rook c7 is the threat. If he plays rook c8, I go rook bc2. I'm breaking through. I think my advantage is now overwhelming because I have both files controlling b8, and I don't think he can prevent rook c7. My king is safe. I have an escape square. His king is definitely not safe. I could also entertain the idea of rook c5 in some positions, because I don't see a way for him to defend. Okay, he plays that rook. He wants to trade everything. He wants to trade everything. I don't think I mind that, because in the end I can win the a7 pawn. I'm definitely gonna take with the queen. I mean, okay. I'm controlling the c file, I'm controlling the b file. I'm threatening queen c5. Yeah, this seems to be perfect control. I don't see how he defends this. I don't think there's a way to defend this, to be honest. I'm not any material up, but my position seems perfect. Okay, I go queen c5, and what does he do? That also prevents e5. If I go queen c5, he can go queen a4. That's a defense. If I go queen c7, he goes queen a4. It's a bit annoying that my rook is hanging. He probably wants to play f5. If I go queen c6, what can he do? I think he has to trade. Okay, I don't want to allow queen a4, so I'm gonna go queen c6. If he takes the queens off, then the endgame is probably just a pawn or two down for him, because there is no way to defend a6. And Yeah, I should be just winning a pawn. Either way, I should be just winning a pawn. Either with rook c5, rook a5. Yeah, he cannot decline the queen trade. Okay. So if I take on a6, do I take on a6 or do I trade queens? Is there any counterplay? He doesn't have rook c8, he doesn't have rook b8 after queen a6. So I can just take and go back. I don't see a downside because there's no queen a4 anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. I don't see any issues with it. Threatening rook c7. I'm controlling everything, so rook c7 is coming. Okay. This makes rook c7 even more powerful, I feel. Okay. Okay, he just resigned. I mean, in this final position, if I play rook c7, I mean, what can he do? He has to move the queen somewhere. And towards the easiest way to win. Queen a7 seems tempting. I think just queen a7 and the threat is rook g7, bishop e5. So now he has to, I don't know, play something like this. Yeah, this is game over. I don't think, after f5, I don't think there's a defense. Yeah, rook c7. Rook e7 is the best move. I never would have found that. I would have played queen a7, bishop f6, and rook h7. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this was an easy game. Wait, let's check out the theory. bc3, yeah, c6, I don't know c6. White is already better. As I said, dc4, e3 is the way to play. Let's see if I played correctly. Let's turn on the engine. Queen b3 main move, yes. Takes. Okay, bishop a6 is not good, but it's not bad. White should be slightly better. c4 straight away, that made sense. Rook a b1, not good. Rook c1. Knight d2 is okay. h3 is better than h4. I'm gonna show you what I was afraid of. I was afraid of this. But apparently there's no attack. Okay, I was still afraid. Played h4. Yeah, once he closes the position down. Wait, c4 is not good? Why isn't c4 good? Queen d1, what's the idea? Let's see, I don't understand queen d1. Let's say he plays a normal move. Okay. Knight b3, bishop c4. Okay, so the engine doesn't want to play c4, it just wants to occupy b7. Okay, that's a very good plan. I didn't see it. So takes. Yeah, bishop takes is weird. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's... I'm gonna say this was an easy game because I don't think I had any issues. I just had a plan and it came through. I'm happy that I won, unlike yesterday. See you tomorrow. I'm hoping finally for theory. I'm just finishing up the first open. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.